Suburban Black folks, I want you to lean in. I'm Zakia Young, your favorite suburban Black girl, and I want you to take care of yourselves, especially right now, because what we're seeing is a lot of the things that may have been said to us growing up, and now we're hearing it from the President of the United States, and we're hearing it from top officials. And I was wondering why I've been so triggered this week. Like, I was like, I know it's a shit show, but something is different. And I realized it's because when you grow up in the suburbs, every accomplishment you make is questioned. Every goal that you reach, every position, unless it's athletics, any non athletic achievement that you make as a suburban Black girl or a suburban Black boy is questioned. So you are stuck now being put under a microscope that non Black people don't even understand. And yes, in corporate America, every marginalized person, every marginalized member of the global majority deals with some sort of judgment. But when you have grown up in the suburbs, a lot of the rhetoric that we're hearing right now, we've heard. So I want you to really take care of yourselves right now because it's triggering and it's exhausting. And it's almost like right when you've done all of the work, you've like been in therapy, you've realized like, where your trauma comes from, to hear it from the government and to hear it constantly with all of these accusations of DEI being didn't earn it only because you happen to be Black. So I want you to really take care of yourselves because for me, it's bringing up a lot of tough memories. When you're in the gifted program and the first member in your grade, do you know what some of y'all's moms and dads did when y'all found out that the little Black girl was the one that was going to the gifted program, the only one from her grade? Just imagine the kind of. So what I'm saying is you might be feeling a little bit more sensitive these days. Your inner child might be screaming like, I thought we were done with this. You can't hide behind your marriage. You can't hide behind where you've gotten in your career. There are certain wounds that will start to bleed again if it's picked at. And right now, that wound of assimilation, that wound of having your achievements constantly being second guessed when you were growing up as a child in the suburbs, it might be coming up because I know it's coming up for me. I know it's coming up for me. And it's interesting because my sister and I had very different experiences in high school and junior high. Like she ran track. She was in the band, but she ran track. Track is considered a Black sport. But I was captain of cheerleading. I was student council president. I was class president. So those roles, you don't usually see a Black person, much less a Black woman in those roles. So I just wanted to put this out there. If you grew up in the suburbs and you are feeling a little bit more raw, if you are feeling more sensitive, uh, it's for a reason. It's because your inner child is probably screaming out because we thought we were done with having to deal with constant questioning of your ability and character. We know that as Black people in predominantly white spaces, there's always going to be that energy, um, but the way it's coming at us now. Because think about it, when you're in school, you can't escape these people. You have to be with them 8 hours a day. But as an adult, I can go to work and come home and not have to deal with any of the foolishness. I can close the door to the room I'm working in, right? But I think the ferocity and the intensity and the regularity with which we are hearing the constant blaming of marginalized people and the questioning of the skill set. I mean, we literally heard a government official basically say that, well, you have to be a white man to have sound mind. You need a white man running things so that everything works out. So all I'm going to say is take care of yourselves, give yourselves a little extra love this week, you know, um, and I don't even have any kind of deep take on it. I've just been really, it's bringing up a lot of things that I thought I healed from. And it's almost like it's happening all over again. The bright side is we're grown now. Like we have the tools, but first we need to recognize it. So I just wanted to point that out because the epiphany just hit me. So I was like, let me film this in case anybody else is feeling a different type of energy around what we're hearing. So breathe. Breathe, do what you need to do to take care of yourselves, whether it's working out, whether it's putting on a full beat, whether it's like buying your favorite meal, but do something good for yourself because this is a lot. It's a whole lot. And also, I was in an interracial marriage and I know there were times where he just didn't get it. He just didn't. And I want to say to other people that are like, look, as I've said, I did everybody, but if you're in a relationship with somebody who is white, please don't expect them to understand. They can empathize, but they won't understand. Okay. So find other resources, get with other Black people that are feeling the same way. Find your support there. They can love you, but they can't understand. So make sure that you are not just in your little bubble with your beautiful interracial family. Okay. Talk to some Black folks, connect. Maybe talk to other people that you know that are also in interracial relationships and let your white partners talk to each other about how they can support you better. You talk to the other Black partners in the group, and hopefully you'll be able to find a way to survive this because a whole lot of shit is coming out that You know, it's like we know that it's there, especially if you're in an interracial relationship, but to see it so blatant and constant, it's a different world. And to be honest, I had just been saying, like, it's good that I'm not dating anybody right now because this is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, yeah. And also make sure your kids can talk to you, especially if they're more Black presenting. They need to see you. Like, don't do that OJ shit anymore. Don't say, I'm not Black, I'm OJ. Stop it. Those days, they shouldn't even been a thing, but I live in LA, so I'm not going to be naive that there are guys out there who still think that. Your children, especially if they're Black presenting, they need they need your guidance and they need your leadership and they need your understanding because I guarantee that there's some nonsense happening on the playground. Someone is going to say something crazy that they heard on TV that the president said or that their parents said. So you need to remember that just because you're in an interracial relationship does not mean the world does not see your children as Black. So prepare for those conversations. Get yourself the support that you need. And if you are a white person who is dating or married to a Black person, your job is to listen and support. That's it. Don't try to solve the problem. Don't try to fix it because you can't. Be a support system. And you better be a fierce mama bear or papa bear to your children because they're going to have an incredibly different experience than they have ever before. And if you don't have any Black people in your circle and you have married a Black person, you better call an auntie. Call one of your in-laws and ask how you can, if they can talk to your kids, if they can help support. Okay? Love is love. I'm not judging you, but just know you're going to need help. You're going to need more help than you've ever needed before because these are truly unprecedented times. All right? That is all I have for today. Because again, I'm on this self-care journey because, oh my God, it's a lot. Drink your water, do your breathing exercises, and be careful. Be careful and be safe and keep the lines of communication open. All right.